on the exterior has some fire-resistant qualities to it. That's perfectly fine. The vast majority of your home furnishings are not fire-resistant. Now what you're saying, what we call is an incipient stage fire. That's the first stage of the fire's going to go through. You've already heard the smoke detector activation. That would be you and your family's first response to get out of the home. Now, you start seeing the accumulation of gases. The gases that I'm talking about, obviously the smoke. Remember carbon monoxide, tasteless. Okay? You can't taste it, you can't smell it, you can't see it. That is the most toxic gas. That's what typically gets a fire victim. It is not the heat that gets them. So we've got smoke detector activation. We've got the accumulation of gases that would be walking throughout your entire home, upstairs, downstairs, doing what we call a mushrooming effect, which is starting to walk its way down the walls. All that smoke that's coming out, once it reaches its ignition temperature, you're going to see that light up. What's happening in the back wall there is the flames are crawling up the wall, they're going over the ceiling, and that's called a rollover effect. That rollover will eventually start to roll out of the front of the structure, and then you'll start seeing the lower portion start to do what we call off-gas or pyrolysis. That's the moisture coming out of the carpet, the woods, and everything else. Once it dries out, you're going to see it reach the ignition temperature, and you'll have full involvement. Now, you estimate we're a good 40 feet away, so you start to feel the radiant heat. Now, that radiant heat coming into the open air. If that is in a structure, anything out here is starting to basically dry out and prepare to burn. Literally, it's preparing itself to burn.
Das war der Fernseher.
So we're at 2 minutes. Let's just go through the fire department scenario.
2 minutes.
It typically takes us a minute to process a call from 911 to communicate to our folks in the field. So the folks in the field have now basically got to the apparatus, start donning their gear. They typically don their gear for response in less than 60 seconds. They're now on the road for that 4-minute response time. That explosion you heard is nothing more than the tube of the TV, very typical. Now, we just reached Flashover. Now you can feel the radiant heat.
Move back.
Go ahead. Come on, go off, Cat. So 2:53, just under 3 minutes, we had Flashover. So they're going to continue just to monitor that for a couple minutes to mop it up. The reason you're sleeping in that hotel and you're basically in the safest high-rise district in the world because it's sprinkled. Now we paid a terrible cost for that, the MGM and the Hilton. Remember those incidents? That strip is the safest in the world because of those sprinklers. Now we have ignition, you've already heard the smoke detector going off, so now we've had our alert as a family or citizens to get out of the structure. Meg, are you keeping the time?
Yeah, we're at 49.
49 seconds? 49 seconds.